Good morning, everyone. This is Herb from World of Walt coming to you live from Epcot and Future World. Today I'm going to be taking a little stroll around Future World. We'll kind of see what's going on. So, glad you could join me. Thanks for being here with me live. I'm going to start off at the Living Seas, and we're just going to take a little stroll around Future World, see what's going on, and look forward to chatting with everyone. So, here we are in front of a very fun place. The Living Seas, and if you stand here more than 2 minutes, you will hear people mocking or going along with the seagulls. Let's check them out. Here they go. I like the seagulls. They're a lot of fun. Fun part of the entrance to the Living Seas. So thanks everyone for joining me again. This is Herb from World of Walt, and we are live from Epcot and Future World, where we're just going to take a little stroll. Cindy says hello. Hi, Cindy. Heather says looks beautiful today, and it is. It is a very beautiful day. It's sunny, upper 80s, supposed to get to maybe 90, 91. Susan's going to be here in 16 days. Hope you have a good trip. Dennis is going to be here for Halloween. It's a fun time of the year. Brenda says loves this place. Me too. I do like Epcot and Future World. Lynn says hello from Massachusetts. Thank you for joining me here on Facebook Live. Elizabeth's going to be here in October. Hope you have a great trip. Cindy says, how crowded? There was a wait coming in through security, but I don't think people have really distributed themselves to this part of the park yet. They probably were heading towards the land or maybe towards Frozen, because here at Living Seas it's still pretty quiet. Ryan, good morning. Nice to see you. Dave says wish he was here. And Andy is going to be here in August. Hello, Mary from Michigan. Thanks for joining me. I have some little sea creatures hiding here at the Living Seas. This is kind of fun. Tiffany's going to be here this afternoon. Hope you have a good day. And Angela's going to be here in just 20 days. So everyone, thank you for your comments. I really appreciate them. And all the likes and hearts. Those are really helpful and an encouragement to me. I don't get to see all of them, but I appreciate all of them, and I do my best to comment on everything that I'm seeing coming through. Darlene says she wants to be here. I hope that you get to do that sometimes. And Candace from Germantown, Ohio, in the Columbus area. Glad you could join me here on Facebook Live. Ryan says he loves Disney World. Robin wishes she was here. Cindy says thanks for sharing it. I'm very glad to do it. It's a lot of fun. It's fun to wander around, see people's comments, and share my Saturday morning strolls through Walt Disney Parks. Kim says, best place on earth, and it is a very good place. Megan says, the videos make her Saturdays. Well, I'm glad that you could join me. Thank you for being here. Nathan says, looks like a beautiful day. It is. It's warm. Upper 80s, it's going to get to maybe the lower 90s. It's humid, but it is not as intense as it has been. I think that the weather is calming down a little bit here in Central Florida, which is nice. Good morning, Julie, and hello, Teresa from Missouri. Hi, John from Hackettstown, New Jersey. Alan was one of the first 1,500 people the day it opened. Wow, that's really cool. It would have been amazing to be here the very first day it opened. Definitely had something of a different look and feel back then. It's changed over the years. A lot of people are heading into the land. I'm sure they are headed straight towards Soarin'. Ken says loves the videos and the weather is beautiful. Thank you much. David's going to be here in 140 days. I don't think he's counting, but 140 days. And hello, Brenda from Cape Cod. Anastasia from North Carolina, thanks for being here. Taking a little wander around Future World and Epcot on this Saturday morning. Jess is going to be here in the spring. It says, thanks for sharing the magic, glad to do it. Marie, good morning from Texas, and hello, Dan from New Jersey. We are headed past the land, and we're going to take a peek at what's going on at Journey into Imagination. Straight ahead here. Kylie's going to be here on Wednesday. Hope you have a good trip. I'll be here before you know it. Susan from Arlington, Massachusetts, 111 days. Hope you have a good trip. Megan says, good morning, going to be here in 19 days. And Renee in 14. Jennifer's going to be here at Christmas. That is a great time to come. Early December is one of my favorite times where the weather's cooled off. Crowds aren't crazy yet. The decorations are out. It's a great time to come. But Christmas time, especially if you enjoy the hustle and bustle of the crowds, a lot of fun. All right, here we are in front of Journey into Imagination. We do not have huge crowds flocking to this pavilion, which is pretty normal right now. I think that Imagination is due for a rework maybe, but there is a very fun Pixar Film Festival. If you haven't had a chance to see it, it's definitely worth checking out. Hey Brian, nice to see you. Christy says beautiful. And the screen's very bright. It's hard for me to see it. Hello, Deborah from Pennsylvania. Let's take a peek at the Imagination fountains. I just thought that these were very creative. Sandy says, just wondering, how are the lines for Frozen? Have they subdued? That's a good question. I went on it shortly after it opened, and I have not checked the lines recently. You could check out the My Disney Experience app, and it will tell you the current standby. I do know it's still not easy to get a Fast Pass, so if you're coming, definitely plan ahead to get the Fast Pass as soon as possible. Ellie says, why is it empty? Well, I think part of it's because I'm close to Journey to Imagination. It's just not that popular. There are definitely crowds here. I don't think they've dispersed to this part of the park quite yet, but they will in time. Cindy says, am I here every weekend? Not every weekend, but I do like to jump over for a little bit on Saturdays, do a live broadcast, and share a little bit of Disney fun with everyone. So I mentioned that in Journey to Imagination there's the new Disney Pixar Short Film Festival. I had a chance to see it, and here's the advertisement for it. So if you are coming and you haven't had a chance to see this yet, this really is a lot of fun. So it's got 3 different shorts. Got Get a Horse, and For the Birds, and La Luna. They're all 3 really a lot of fun and very beautiful. Deborah says, loves Figment. Marilyn says, enjoy the time. She's going to be here in October. Hi, Stuart from Ohio, my old stomping grounds. Ellie says, wish she was here. Hope you get to come and visit soon. Oh, Tracy from New Hampshire says, thanks. Glad that I could share this time with you. I appreciate everybody's comments and your likes and all that good stuff. That's a great encouragement to me, so thank you. Thanks for joining me on this little stroll around Future World in Epcot live on Facebook Live Saturday morning. Lucy says, good morning. Have a magical day. Thank you. Yeah, Russ Reeves is in the house. Russ, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. Russ joins me on some podcasts sometimes, so another Disney fan. Enjoyed getting to know Russ and his family. Karen says, thanks for the videos. You're welcome. Selma says, thank you, and hello from Texas. David said the ambient music is good. That it is really good. I've got an upcoming podcast on that. I think that the area music, as it's often called, is really a lot of fun, and it's a good little thing to listen to and stop. One of those stop and smell the roses kind of things. Hey Russ, glad you could be here. Cindy says, good morning from New Jersey. Hi Cindy. And Ellie says, can't wait to see it. Take a sneak back at Journey into Imagination. Samantha says, good morning. Jessica says, looking forward to the Frozen ride in a few weeks. I think you'll enjoy it. Definitely try to get a fast pass for it, but I thought they did a really nice job. It's a lot of fun. Chrissy asks, where can you listen to the podcast? You can find the World of Walt podcast on iTunes. Just search for World of Walt, or if you go to the worldofwalt.com site, there's a podcast tab up at the top, and it's got instructions on how to subscribe, or you can just listen to it right on the website. So thanks for asking. Hey, Lisa from New Jersey. Ashley said, what are the perks of staying at Disney? Well, that's a good question. I think there are a lot of them, so if you are coming from out of town, you can take the Disney's Magical Express bus from the Orlando International Airport straight to your resort at no cost. You have extra magic hours where you can stay early or late in the park just for resort guests. You can also have packages shipped back to your room, so there are a lot of perks of staying on site. And plus, I think that they just do a really nice job with the Disney resorts. Nikki says, good morning from Illinois. Stuart says, loves Disney. Me too. Amanda says, looks beautiful and loves Epcot. Yeah, me too. The landscaping here is really just nice. Here's an interesting sign. So it's soon going to be this time of the year for the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. I think I saw that this year it's going to be 90 days, so a long time to come and enjoy food and wine. Fun way to try a lot of different things. It adds up fast, kind of expensive, but it's fun. Okay, we're headed back towards the center of the park. Jim says, good morning from Ohio. Nice to see you, Jim. And Katie says, loves Disney. Jennifer, on her way from Tampa. Hope you have a nice drive. You can see that the green scrims are up here. I'm sure that they're preparing for the Food and Wine Festival. Kimberly says, loves Epcot. And it's really hard for me to see the comments right now because it's bright, but that's okay. I'll see them again in a minute. Keep them coming. Let's take a look back here over the water. This area not long ago during the flower festival was all just filled with blooms, and now it's filled with grass. Still looks nice. Paul says, good morning from Sarasota. Christy asks if it's hot. It's warm. It's definitely upper 80s, kind of sticky, but I can tell that the weather is starting to turn, which is good. Karen says, doesn't look too crowded. Yep, not so far. I think people just haven't gotten their way over here quite yet. All right, let's take a look over here at some of the gardens in Spaceship Earth. I'm going to wander over towards Test Track, and we'll see what's going on. Again, thanks for joining me live. Found a little bit of a shady spot so I can read a few more comments here. Audrey says, good morning from Virginia. Timothy says, helping make the 16-hour tour tolerable. David says, thanks for the broadcast. Go by Club Cool and try some Beverly. Yeah, thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. I may stop at Club Cool. I may not try some Beverly. But it is fun to try to see other people trying Beverly. Tammy from Central Pennsylvania, hello. Fred asked about the wait time for Soarin'. You know, just for fun, I checked to see whether or not I could get a fast pass for Soarin' on the way in this morning, and no luck, which is not a surprise. Sometimes you get lucky, but I didn't check the actual standby wait time. Now with the new third theater open, hopefully it's not as long. Oh, this garden is really in bloom. Very nice. Eric, good morning from Ohio. Andrew says loves the music. All right, there it is in all its glory, Spaceship Earth. Stephanie says miss Disney. And Andrea says good morning. And get a pretzel from Germany. That is a good tip. All right, I'm going to head over towards Test Track. We'll see what's going on the opposite side of Future World before we wrap it up for today. Thanks for joining me. Okay. Mouse Gear, it's a fun store. A very big store. A lot of good Disney stuff there. Looking to do a little bit of shopping on your way in or your way out. Lisa, good morning from Boston. Thank you for joining me. And Virginia joining from California. Joshua says wishes he was here. Kathy says good morning. Adam says awesome and jealous. Well, I'm glad that you can share the experience with me this morning for a few minutes. Stuart says it's been very nice. Glad you could join me. Again, thanks for all your comments. I enjoyed chatting with everyone. Thanks for all the likes and the thumbs up. It's a lot of fun to see those. Rebecca's going to be here next week. And Nick is going to be here in 34 days. We've really done a nice job with some of these flower beds. They're really in bloom. Very beautiful. And look back over towards the Odyssey, which doesn't get a lot of use these days. It's a very pretty area right here in Future World. Carol says hello from Nashville, Tennessee. Angie says, where are the people? I just don't think they've made their way around here yet. April says, everybody loves me. Well, I just didn't say everybody loves me. I added that part, but thank you. That was very nice of you to say. Pat, good morning from Alberta. I think it's always fun when people outside of the U.S. join me. Sally's watching from work, travel agent in the UK. Well, I hope you're having a good day at work. Kathy says, want to go back, just came home on Thursday. That sounds like a serious case of the I Miss Disney blues. I have seen that diagnosed in a lot of people recently. Brian says, do you think the parties are worth it? I think it can be. Kind of depends on your situation. So I have gone to the Christmas party. There are definitely shorter lines. There are different experiences. So I think you pay a premium for those things. And if you're going to be here for 10 days and have a 10-day ticket, then, well, maybe it's not worth it. But if you just have a day and you can pay a little extra to get into one of those parties, do some special things and have short lines, I think it can be worth it. Or if you just enjoy all the extras that the after-hour parties provide. Kind of depends on your situation, but that's how I would think about it. Heading over towards Test Track. Bruce says, good morning. Mrs. Disney, glad you could be here. Harriet, hello from Dayton, Ohio. Right next door to where I went to school in Cincinnati. Brian says it's been 10 years. Wow, that's a long time. Glad you can join me and experience a little bit of Epcot Future World this morning. You can hear the cars going by. Lisa says, we'll have to Test Track. Me too. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the old Test Track, but I think that the new one is a lot of fun too. It's definitely very visually exciting. Barbie is coming in October and can't wait with no kids. It's fun with kids. It can be fun without too. Tammy says, how are the crowds? I think that now that school is back in, it may be taking the crowds down just a bit. Definitely get those fast passes though. Connie, hello from Crown City, Ohio. Kimberly says, miss Test Track. Hello, Brian from the Queen City, my old stomping grounds. A lot of Ohio folks here today. Thanks for joining. I like the music in this area of Test Track. It's a lot of fun. Let's see what the wait time looks like. I just see that the single rider wait is 10 minutes for Fast Track. Oh, standby for Fast Track, 70 minutes. Good long time. Hello, Lynette from Buffalo, and Jeffrey from Louisville, Kentucky. Barb says, how's the weather? It's warm. It is definitely warm. Upper 80s, headed to maybe 91 or 92. Sunny, but not as intense as it has been. Hi, Michael from New Hampshire. Brendan from Canton, I think it was. Pamela's going to be here in October. And Joe from New York, I think it was. Thanks for joining me for this little tour of Future World. Pam's going to be here in a few weeks. I hope you have a great trip. Valerie says she's going to be here on Wednesday and December. Wow, you get the double dip on your Disney trip in the fall. That's nice. Kimberly asked for the wait time Frozen. I do not know. I didn't check that this morning. I should, because I'm kind of interested in that myself. I'll try to check out the My. Oops, looks like the connection burped there. It's been pretty good so far. So we are in front of Mission Space. Let's see what the wait times look like. Celia says good morning from Mesquite, Texas. Brian noted that we have 575 people watching, which is exciting. I love to share it with all these folks. Thank you for being here. It's an encouragement to me and a lot of fun. I like your comments, I like chatting with you. Thanks for the thumbs up and the smiles and all. Okay, Mission Space, not bad. So the green team is 10 minutes and the orange team is 15, so not bad at all. Someone just asked, how do I keep the cameras so still? I'm glad you asked. So I spent a little money and I purchased something called a gimbal. So a gimbal is a device that has kind of little motors in the axes and keeps the camera still. The first few broadcasts I did definitely very bumpy, and the gimbal helps things to look a lot more smooth and stable. So thank you for noticing that. I appreciate it. I want to make sure that the video quality is as good as I can make it for you. Mohammed says good morning from Casablanca. Wow, that's cool. David's still looking at the Disney app, even from home. That's fun. Cindy says this is not her favorite. I understand. This experience is not for everyone. Joe says, love it when I do this. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate your joining me today. Let's head over towards the Universe of Energy and see what's going on over there. It's probably pretty quiet. So some of you may have heard the rumors that the Universe of Energy may be on its way out. So the rumor I've seen is that it could be taken down and replaced with a roller coaster thrill ride based on Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd love to hear what people think about that idea. I do like the Universe of Energy. I think it's maybe from a time gone by. It certainly doesn't draw the crowds anymore. It's a prime spot. Pamela says video quality is fabulous. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Always frustrating to me when the internet connection's a little spotty. Sometimes it comes and goes or the quality isn't good, so I'm glad that it's doing well today. Karen says she's going to be here in 345 days. Again, I don't think she's counting. April says loves the ride. Phyllis, where is Frozen located? It is in the Norway Pavilion, in the back of the park, World Showcase. So here's something that's tucked away. The old Wonders of Life Pavilion, kind of hidden behind some grown-up trees, but this will be open if they do things as they have in the past for the Food and Wine Festival as the festival center. We've got different merchandise opportunities and classes in here. In the past, they've had a spot to get some free chocolate, so I always try to stop by because the way to me is through free chocolate. Kenneth says, I see you, Judy. Okay, so Anna says, would miss the Universe of Energy, but a thrill ride sounds awesome. Yeah, I'd like to hear what other people think, too, about possible replacement of the Universe of Energy. So Jeff says, using a gimbal, it's a pretty stable video. Yeah, thank you. Ruth's going to be here in January. Lisa was in Disneyland on Tuesday, I think she said. Interesting. So I do like the Universe of Energy. I think it's a fun attraction. I really like that retro Epcot look where there was a focus on edutainment, so trying to be something to entertain people and educate people. It seems like Epcot's getting away from that a little bit. And I know that Disney does a lot of surveys and statistics, so they know how many people are going on Universe of Energy, and it is not nearly the number of people who are going on Soarin' or Test Track or Frozen. So I would miss it. I always miss when something goes, but I'm always excited for what might come. I know Disney does a great job when they do put new things in place. Crystal said would miss it. Cindy says a nice ride to relax, but everyone loves roller coasters. You're right. I think people are looking for thrill these days. Leslie says time to replace. Linda says her granddaughter's going to be here for the college program. Hope she has a really good experience. I know a lot of people come here. Someone said Guardians of the Galaxy sounds like a good idea. Corey says loves the attraction. It is very quiet here right now by the Universe of Energy. Wait time is probably about 0. You probably just have to wait for the next show to clear out. Meg says kids would love something around Guardians of the Galaxy. Jeff says a good way to get out of the heat, but interested in what other ideas they might have. Yeah, me too. Sally says thanks for taking her to Epcot on the lunch break. Glad that you could join me. Bob says Universe of Energy is fun, but time for an update. Megan says love this. Thank you for joining me. All right, everybody. Well, we've taken our little tour around Future World today. Glad that you could join me. I'm going to head back over towards Spaceship Earth. We'll get a final shot there before we wrap it up for today. I've enjoyed taking you along on this little journey. Thank you for all your comments. It was fun chatting with you. Thanks, as always, for the thumbs up and the hearts and the smiles and all that. That's a good encouragement to me when I see those fly by. It's a lot of fun. Bill says, do I have a regular schedule for the live streams? That's a really good question, and the answer is no. I do try to get over to one of the parks most Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock, give or take, but I don't really have it set as a schedule. So if you're interested in the videos, I would say to follow or like or subscribe, whatever sort of button you see by that video, and Facebook will notify you when I come online. Usually Saturday morning is a good bet. If you don't catch me live, the videos are uploaded as a recording, so you can check them out on the Facebook page, the facebook.com/worldofwalt. Jill says, love Spaceship Earth, me too. Becky says, thank you from Colorado. Thank you for joining me. Ann says, grab a Starbucks. I'm not a coffee person, but something cool and liquid may be in my future because it is a warm day. We'll have to talk about interventions sometimes. I thought actually about taking everybody through interventions, but pretty much there's not much to see. I don't think it's going to be very long until it's just gone. But I'm excited that something new might come. All right, we'll wrap it up here in just a couple minutes. April says this is her favorite music. I love the music around Epcot. Stuart says have fun. Thank you. All right, we're just about ready to wrap it up. As soon as we get through interventions, we'll take a sneak peek back at Spaceship Earth and wrap it up for today. Joanne says enjoy. Thank you very much. April said they're closing it soon. I don't think there's been an official announcement, but it seems to me like it's a pretty good bet because both sides of interventions are pretty much cleaned out. There was an announcement about a couple of the remaining attractions, including the Sum of All Thrills, closing down. Sum of All Thrills was a really fun attraction. Kind of had to wait, had a low capacity, but it was a lot of fun. Someone says, why is intervention stinky? I don't know. It does definitely have an odor to it, a smell to it. It's maybe the smell of the future, I don't know. Nicole says, thanks from Rhode Island, going to be here in 60 days. Thank you for joining me. Deborah asks if it's going to rain. There's some big puffy clouds up there. I didn't see rain in the forecast, but you never know. All right, getting ready to wrap up the broadcast for today. We'll take a look at the fountain and a peek back at Spaceship Earth. So again, thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the broadcast, be sure to follow or like or subscribe, whatever kind of button you see, so that Facebook can notify you in the future of broadcasts. Again, they're not scheduled, but many Saturday mornings you'll find me here on Facebook Live. I always enjoy chatting with everyone. Paige says thank you. You're welcome. Anne-Marie says stay hydrated. Very good tip. Jane says thank you. All right. So this will do it for my broadcast today. We'll get a little bit of better shot here of Spaceship Earth before we wrap it up for today. Kim says thank you. You're welcome. Jeffrey says love Spaceship Earth. Yeah, me too. It's definitely classic Epcot. Keely says thank you. You're welcome. Sarah says thank you. Glad that you could join me. Brian says bye. All right, Deborah, thank you. You're all welcome. I really appreciate your joining me. So again, if you enjoyed the broadcast, like or follow or subscribe. Facebook will notify you. And I really do appreciate your joining me for this little walk around Future World and Epcot. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, thanks very much, everyone, and God bless. Have a great weekend.